Alright, what up everybody? This is your boy Ike, the Retro Gamer. In this little video vlog, I just want to talk about the mini consoles for the Nintendo Entertainment System. As you can see, you know, I know I'm not really matching everything. You know, I got on my Sega Genesis hat along with my Duck Hunt shirt. You know, I don't know if y'all can see that, but yeah, so that's two different systems. So, you know, oh well, you know, hopefully it'll be all right. All right. So basically, I'm just going to talk about some things that I like about this system. So, like, the one thing I do like about it is that this thing is light as a feather. You know, it's like very, very light, and the games are built in. So this console that I purchased here earlier this year, it has 620 games on it. One interesting thing to note is that the word Nintendo is not written on any piece of the equipment at all. It just says Entertainment System. I don't know if y'all can see that, but yeah. So basically how this works, there's no like open part here and stuff, and it's basically like maybe like 15 to 20% of the size of the actual console and stuff, you know? So there's no place to open here like the original does. You have to and put them in there like that instead of the games and stuff. So this right here, you don't have to do that. You know, you just plug it up. Setup is pretty easy, you know what I'm saying? For this, I'll come back to that. One of the major differences that I noticed on the physical aspect is that the power button and the reset buttons are backwards, and the ports are backwards too. So this used to be one on the old system, but this is the second one goes here, and the first one goes here. So I guess they just tried to switch it around a little bit, but they're still mimicking, of course, this system, you know, the original, you know, 30-year-old system and stuff. I kind of wish I would have had one of these as a kid, you know, in a way, because, you know, when I was younger, I used to go to my grandparents' house, and they didn't have any video games there. So I would bring my own. So I would have to stuff this thing along with some games in my backpack. And also, you have to put clothes in there. So if my backpack was too big, you know, my mom was like, you know how to take this game out? I'm like, no. So, you know, argument would start and stuff. But yeah. But, yeah, let me get back to the setup. So, like, luckily, this thing came up with a list of all 620 games and the number that it comes on. So that was pretty good. I thought that was good about this. The adapter is pretty much a cell phone adapter. You know, it's pretty small, and I thought that was awesome because if you remember, the Nintendo one was really bulky and stuff, and you couldn't plug it in on the top when you had to plug it on the bottom outlet, the bottom one, and the TV would go on the top. But this one, it doesn't matter which one you put it in because of the size. You know, you can put it on the top or bottom. So that's something to note. Here, you know, it's pretty much got the regular the RF adapter. It's pretty much the regular standard thing. It's different from the Nintendo thing, but you know, nowadays the newer TVs can handle these kind of things versus the old ones where you had to have like the actual thing that you screw in. I don't know if y'all remember that, and that's the end that it goes in right there. So yeah, that's pretty much the setup part. The controllers, they are very similar. Surprisingly, this is the original one, and this is the mini console one, the newer one, and they look exactly the same. They're exactly the same size. They weigh about the same. So basically, with this one, it has two extra buttons at the top, and they're labeled TATB. So I'm guessing that's Turbo A, Turbo B. You probably likely won't use that in every single game. So definitely not games like Mario, because all you do is jump, and you know, B is to like throw out the fire if you have the flower on the first Mario, if y'all remember. So yeah, very similar. The only differences I noticed in the controllers is that the old controller was much longer, as you can see, than the newer one. You know, this was a little bit shorter. Well, yeah, it was shorter than the other one and stuff. I didn't measure these, but just know that the originals were longer than the mini and stuff. So that's pretty much it on the physical part. I'm gonna make another video with this vlog that shows you the actual play and the system of the game. I'll give you my opinion on that. All right, what's up everybody? This is the second video that I have created about the mini entertainment system. So basically, as soon as you turn on the console, it's gonna have these list of games. And like I was saying earlier in the first video, if you haven't watched my first video, go back and watch the first video, and it'll, you know, basically show you that, I don't know if y'all can see this, how the controller is put into the second slot that, you know, versus the first one, and how the button, you probably can't see where it's pushed in here, is already, you know, the buttons are swapped compared to the older system. So just some differences to be cognizant of whenever you're setting up and getting started up, you know, of the system. Basically, you know, they have all the games listed here. This is the first screen that pops up. It's probably kind of hard to see, but pretty much, you know, they start off with the Contras. They're not in alphabetical order. Pretty much all the Double Dragons, all the Ninja Turtles. So it's a pretty good setup and everything. Some of the things that kind of bothered me about the game, like, you know, a lot of the 620 games, yeah, but some of these games were like kind of like knockoffs from, or weren't released in America, I don't believe. It says here Mario 10, Mario 12, Mario 14. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, we didn't play those growing up. They weren't here. They weren't available. They weren't for sale back then. Some other things I noticed is that, for example, here's the Chip and Dale. You know, I did a review on that earlier, and I think it's in episode 6 where I did the Chip and Dale review. One thing I didn't like about this is that some of the games are in a totally different language. I mean, they have some English down here, but I don't know what that is. And then if you really see that, you know, this is the beginning of the Chip and Dale, everybody that's played Chip and Dale would know what all of this stuff says and everything. But look, it's in another language, you know what I'm saying? So there's no way to change it to English either. So that's something that bothered me about this game, this console. Another thing I noticed is that, you know, for the Mortal Kombat 4, there's a Mortal Kombat 4. I didn't know that. But apparently there was a Mortal Kombat 4 released on Nintendo that nobody knew about. You know, when I tried to play it, it's spelled Combat. It's spelled C-O-M-B-A-T. But, it, you know, everybody know it's spelled K-O-M-B-A-T. Spelled with a K. So, you know, that right there looks legit. You know what I'm saying? MK4 and stuff like that. But you just push start. But look, you got a Nightwolf here, a Nightwolf here, a Sonya, a Striker. Like, you don't know who you're picking. So let me pick Sub-Zero because that's my favorite character from Mortal Kombat. I don't know who I'm picking now. No. See, it says Nightwolf here. That is Shao Kahn. I don't know if y'all can see. Let me put it a little closer. Can you see it? That is not Nightwolf. It says Nightwolf right there. That is not Nightwolf. You know what? I picked Sub-Zero. Who is that? Liu Kang. Who is that right there? Liu Kang. So, what is going on with this game? I don't know. How do you pick Sub-Zero? You can't even pick a character without it messing up. So, yeah, I'm sitting there getting beat up. But it's hard to play. You know, that's another thing. So, I don't know why it ended. They do this to these games or whatever, but that's definitely not Mortal Kombat. You know, when you pick one character and end up with another one. So, yeah. Most of the games were okay, you know what I'm saying? They just kind of misled you, you know what I'm saying? So I kind of feel like they got me a little bit. Like, this says Street Fighter right here. And I'm pretty sure it's not the Street Fighter that we grew up on. Well, it is. There's 2 Street Fighters on here, so y'all just bear with me and stuff. So, this one might be okay. So I'm gonna pick Ken. So yeah, there was a Street Fighter released on Nintendo that I knew nothing about. So yeah, that's Ken and that's Ryu. They did this one right. It's very hard to control. I can't play it. Well, I mean, not really. I mean, it works pretty good. I don't know how to do those special moves that he's doing on this system with just 2 buttons. So, overall, it's an okay game or whatever. I'll give it that. But yeah, those are just some things I wanted to point out on the mini console. That they're gonna be some games on here that are really like similar and like to the ones we played, and then there's gonna be some that you're gonna be scratching your head like that game never came out on Nintendo and stuff. So I just wanted to, you know, mention that to y'all and everything. So thank you for watching my video. Thank you, and thanks.